we go down that rabbit trail, and before long, we've forgotten what we're trying to achieve. And so therefore we just simply don't achieve it. And, we hope for the best tomorrow, but, we all know hope's not a strategy, right?
To conform is to go unnoticed. In order to be different, we cannot be the same. When we intentionally create value for someone, we're giving them a gift.
Rudy, so GM, Glidewell, fixed prosthetic division. Obviously, you had hundreds of technicians under your leadership. Talk to me a little bit about expectations.
Something I used to ask myself every morning is what are my expectations? When I walked in the door, I had in my mind a set of expectations. Let me give you an example. When I ask people sometimes, what are your expectations? They usually give me responses like, well, I've got a couple of cases I got to get done. So I expect those to be done. And I expect I've got a call and I've got to get some stuff done for a particular account. It's month end, what have you. What I'm thinking of is, what are my expectations for my operation? We all have targets we want to hit. And if our target is to achieve a certain sales number or a certain quality number or whatever it might be, then my expectations have to align with what my targets are, what my goals are. So if I expect that we're going to get X number of units completed today, well, then my expectations are, of course, the number of units that have to leave today, that's my expectation. But in order to meet that expectation, so-and-so had to produce X number of units, let's say per hour. And the quality has to be at a certain level in order for us to be able to produce that. Because if we produce the units and they go back, quality control sends them back or something like that, then we can't produce them, right? So what are my expectations in terms of what goes out the door today? How many? Okay, how many? That's great. But there's a lot that goes into how many. There's a lot of moving parts there. Everyone has to do their part, play their role. So when we ask that question in terms of what role each person is playing and how well they're playing it or not, then our expectations are more likely to be met, right? Because we've taken all those little small pieces and we put them together in such a way that we can pretty much guarantee that those expectations that we have concerning our operation, our targets, our goals, will be met. So that's one way to look at expectations. That's one way when you come in the door to kind of say, well, what's on my list today? And one of the ways I did that is I sat in my car at the end of just about every day, and I would write down what my expectations were for the following day. So that when I came in the door and somebody hit me with doctors on the phone or whatever, I wouldn't lose track, because that's what happens, right? We go down that rabbit trail, and before long, we've forgotten what we're trying to achieve. And so therefore we just simply don't achieve it. And, we hope for the best tomorrow, but, we all know hope's not a strategy, right?